Hey you guys, so I'm about to share with you, probably it's going to be like the quickest labor and delivery story ever. My internet and iPad have been on the fritz for like the past 2 months, which is why I haven't made any pregnancy updates. So obviously I'm not pregnant anymore. I have my sweet baby Carson here with me, who's, well actually he just popped off the boob, so I would show him to you guys, but maybe we'll just do that in the next video. He is the most precious, perfect, most amazing baby. Like I could not ask for anything better. He's just everything and more that I thought he was going to be. I just love him to death. I'm just so lucky. He gave me the most wonderful, easy, smooth labor and delivery ever, and an awesome pregnancy. And I'm just like so thankful, and he's just such a great baby, and breastfeeding is going really good. Cloth diapering, I've been trying to get the hang of it, doing it here and there. I'm definitely doing more disposables than anything, but I still have a ton of time. He's only 10 days old, so I'm just kind of giving myself a break on that. I did wish I didn't buy so many newborn diapers, because I don't think I'm going to be using them that much, but whatever. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys his labor and delivery story and just make it a super quick one. I had him on June 26th at 7:30 at night, so I had how lucky am I to get a day labor and, be able to deliver not in 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was freaking awesome. It was perfect. I woke up that morning at 6 o'clock in the morning with light contractions, and I had been having contractions for 2 weeks prior to that. I was in, I believe what's called prenormal labor. For a long time, and nothing painful, just annoying that it wasn't progressing. So anyways, I woke up that morning, 38 weeks, 4 days pregnant, and I was having light contractions, and so I was like, okay, maybe this is the day. Maybe I need to wake up and clean my house and do some laundry and get all my stuff together and take a shower and shave my legs and all that jazz. So I, got up, got going, was doing all that. I actually went to Target that morning to buy a nursing bra because I hadn't even gotten one yet. So thankfully I did. And it was 11 o'clock when we got home, and the contractions were getting stronger and they were in a pattern. So I was, starting to get kind of nervous because I couldn't get a hold of my husband. He works in construction, so he doesn't always have his phone on him or can't hear it. So I ended up calling my midwife, and I was like, okay, do I need to try really hard to get a hold of my husband here, because I think I'm going into labor. The contractions were 4 minutes apart, lasting for 30 seconds. So it wasn't super active labor at that point. But she's like, why don't you come in and I'll check you and we'll just see, go from there. So I had my father-in-law drive me to the hospital, which was about 15 minutes away from our apartment. And I got there, and I was 5 centimeters and 70% effaced already. So I'm like, heck yeah, that's freaking awesome. Best news ever, because I wasn't even in painful labor at that point, and already 5 centimeters. So anyways, my husband ended up getting there, and 2 hours had gone by, and they checked me again, and I was still at 5 centimeters. So at that point I was kind of discouraged, and they're like, it's fine, just walk, and I bet you it's gonna kick you into labor, active labor right away. So I'm walking all around the hospital, and the contractions they weren't getting strong, and I was like, God, I'm in stalled labor, why is this happening to me? I was so annoyed, and they checked me again after that 2 hours, and I was I think 6 centimeters, and was like, okay, a little bit of progress is better than none. And I just kept walking, and they ended up suggesting that I get a breast pump. They were going to give me a breast pump to do some nipple stimulation. And so by the time, it took them 15 minutes to get everything, and by the time they had come back and got me the breast pump and checked me again, I was 7 centimeters, and the contractions were getting strong. So I'm like, okay, I do not need that breast pump. What I need to do is get in the bathtub. So they gave us a new room where a tub was, and I got in the bathtub, and the contractions were getting a lot stronger, and I was losing having bloody show. And so I was like, okay, this is it. Out of nowhere, it was crazy. It was 1 second my contractions were not painful, and the next second they were very painful, and I was in transition for sure. And my water broke in the tub, and I know that it broke because I felt a little boop. It was the weirdest sensation ever. And thankfully, oh baby, thankfully, there was no meconium or anything. It was perfectly clear. And so they were really, really painful after the water broke. And so I got out of the bathtub, and that's when I started making, like, involuntarily making a lot of, like, moaning sounds. It was, like, the craziest sensation, because it's not, like, you making the sounds. It's, like, my body was, like, making them for me, and my body was also pushing for me. And so I was, like, getting really scared, and I, like, you know, had them call the midwife in, and I was like, I'm pushing, I'm not meaning to push, but I can't stop it, and I'm, like, worried that I was, like, prematurely pushing. And so she's like, no, don't worry, like, if your body's doing that, it's time, sweetheart, like, just calm down. And so I got up on the bed. Originally I wanted to, like, birth on a birthing stool, but at that point, like, I just felt more comfortable on the bed, so I was sitting up all the way on the bed, and was kind of, like, in a frog position. I had, like, my legs up in, like, a frog kind of position, and she checked me, and she's like, okay, you're about 8 centimeters, and I'm like, oh, like, how long is it going to take to be, like, fully dilated? She's like, if you're feeling the need to push and all this stuff, like, it's going to happen in, like, just a couple minutes. And so she was right. Like, a couple contractions passed, and I just kind of, like, moaned and groaned through them, and I was at 10 centimeters, like, 5 minutes later. And so she just told me to take it super easy. Yeah, baby, you can come sit in here. She just told me to take it really easy and just push when I felt like pushing, and so I felt like pushing when I had a contraction. So about, like, 5-6 contractions later, he was crowning, and it was, like, such a strange sensation, because I felt the need to push, but, like, when I was pushing, it was like my body was, like, telling me, like I felt like there was a resistance. Like, I felt like nothing was happening, but obviously a lot was happening. Hang on, baby. And so, anyways, yeah, he came out in about 5 contractions, 5 pushes, and I got to pull him out just like I did with Connor Man, and it was awesome. We got to do immediate skin-to-skin contact for the first about, like, an hour and a half, and then they finally weighed him and did all that jazz, and he was 7 pounds even and 19 inches long, so he's perfect size, and yeah, everything was just awesome. Honey, don't do that. And Connor was there for most of the labor, actually. What did you think of when Mommy was having the baby? You told Nana I was making mummy sounds, huh? Mm-hmm. Mommy was making some weird sounds, huh?
What sounds?
When I was having brother, remember, at the hospital?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that?
What sounds?
Yeah, remember Mommy was making funny sounds because I was hurting.
Yeah.
But it was okay because brother came out. And
can I hear your funny?
You want to hear my funny? Oh, that's another thing. Is I do actually have footage of the birth, but I'm contemplating putting it up because it's, like, full frontal footage that my husband got. So I don't know. I am contemplating putting it up, but I'm like, oh, I don't really know if I want to show everybody all my business. But I might. Here, honey, don't. So anyways, guys, I want to cut this because it's already 8 minutes, and I want to make sure it's going to upload. So hopefully I covered everything. I mean, I definitely did go into the detail that I wanted to, but long story short, I had my wonderfully easy, totally natural labor and delivery. I didn't have a single intervention besides getting checked for dilation. That was it. That was the only thing that wasn't, like, all natural. But other than that, everything was totally natural. And it was awesome, and it was so worth it, and the baby's just the sweetest thing ever. I would show you him, but he's nursing right now. You can see his little full head of hair. And he's just sweet as pie. I'm just so lucky. I just love my boys so much.
Love
Even
me?
when you're a turkey, of course I love you. Even though you're a little turkey sometimes, but I still love you to death. He's 4. He just turned 4, July 4th. So my boys are exactly.
Can I show my dino? You show my dino.
Here's Connor's dino. All right. Well, guys, I guess we'll make an update if you guys have any more questions or whatever.
Yes, if you guys have more questions.
Yeah.
Bye now.
So, yeah.
Bye,
Bye now. We will talk to you guys soon.